Hi, I'm Congressman Ron Kind. This week the House of Representatives considered legislation that I've sponsored and I've supported in the past to help job creation with small businesses throughout the country. Small businesses are really the backbone of our local and regional economy. They're the ones who can start producing jobs the quickest. And I'm going to stay focused on my number one priority, and that's doing everything we can to get the economy back on track, creating small businesses and jobs, and making sure that the small businesses have the access to capital that they need in order to expand their operations and hire more people. That's what this legislation this week addresses. The credit markets, to make it work easier for small businesses to access those lines of credits, the loans, the operating funds that they need. If there's someone new starting their business for the very first time, or a small business owner looking to expand, access to credit is a very important component of that. The legislation makes it easier in that regard. But it also makes it easier for entrepreneurs who have a good idea, that have formed a business, to be able to take that business through an initial public offering so that shares are available to the general public. Right now the rules are very complicated for small businesses to be able to go public with their companies. There are things that we're trying to do to streamline those rules to make it easier and therefore increase the number of publicly owned companies that can also help create jobs. Finally, there's been a little bit of action over in the Senate in regards to the Keystone Pipeline permitting process. Listen, I think the President and the administration and his agencies need time to do a proper review, that if the Keystone Pipeline is sited from Canada through the heart of America and down into Louisiana and Texas, that it is done safely and appropriately. It's when you cut corners, when you expedite these reviews, when you don't do the safety checks, that's when you end up with oil wells blowing out in the Gulf of Mexico and creating damage and taking years to recover from. We should not be making the same mistake with this Keystone Pipeline. But I've also been in support of an amendment that would require the oil that would be coming from Canada to our refineries to stay here in the United States of America, where it can be used by American consumers and businesses alike, instead of being exported abroad to other markets. Unfortunately, when that amendment was offered in the Senate recently, virtually all of the Republican senators voted against it, which doesn't make sense to me. So if we're going to do this, we should do it the right way and make sure that it's environmentally safe, make sure that it does create the jobs that we like to see here in the United States, and to make sure that America is the one that benefits from this and that it's not used for export purposes. I'm interested in your ideas for job creation, so visit me when I have listening sessions, or you can get in touch with me through my website by sending me email messages or letters. I'm always interested to hear what's on your mind and ideas that you think the Congress should be working on.